Hey everyone, this is J7Jace, bringing you another video on how to get overpowered in Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions.
You gone nuts?
But this time on how to get the strongest Ramza in the earliest way possible, and I mean early, like after the battle where you meet Argath in Chapter 1, and you only stay to grind on Mandalia Plains.
That ain't the brightest idea I ever heard, kid.
So no meeting Dystarg, aka Dystarg's elder brother. I'll be going over how we are going to do this, although I don't recommend it at all, as it's just too time consuming and you could probably beat the game 25 times before doing this. But the goal is that we want Ramza to have the next 98 levels in Mime for insane stat growth, and we also want him to become a Dark Knight. This is an insane grind and this whole process took a lot of time, so I'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. It's free and you can always change your mind later. Let's get started. At the first real battle at Garland Magic City, you don't want Ramza to reach level 2. This also applies to the next battle at Mandalia Plains. Just use Ramza to help finish off enemies in this first battle without leveling up. Then let the other characters and Delita take care of the rest. Before you enter Mandalia Plains though, I recommend having your generic squires learn Potion and to stock up on potions at the shop. It's going to essentially be just those three in battle, as Ramza is just going to be sitting around and you can't 100% rely on the guest's AI of Delita and Argath. As usual, choose not to save Argath as we want that bravery increase and an overall easier battle. Just focus down each enemy, heal up your characters including Delita and Argath, and don't let Ramza do any actions so he stays at level 1. After this battle, head back to Garland, as we aren't progressing through the story anymore. We are going to prepare 5 generic characters and get them to level 99 or around high 90s. This can be quite complicated as we won't have a lot of equipment options and the monsters scale better stat-wise when leveling up. We could get better equipment through rendezvous mode though through treasure chests once we are at a higher level, which I'll touch upon later on into the video. My plan here is for everyone to get Focus, JP Boost, and Move +1 in Squire first, then to gradually have them in other jobs so they can gain some very crucial abilities or to level up their job to make it easier for Ramza later down the line. But the next step is that we have to change into and level up things like Knight, Monk to get Brawler and Chakra, Archer, Thief, and Dragoon to unlock Samurai for Shida Hadori, as this will make our characters practically invulnerable to the enemies that we will be facing, which are going to be Chocobos, Red Panthers, and Goblins, the only things we will ever be seeing. Blade Grasp will protect us from anything they throw at us, so we want this reaction ability. Additionally, these generics also have to spend some time in Chemist, so they can unlock White Mage, then Mystic, then finally Order, so they can increase their bravery and faith. Because we are so limited on equipment and the stats of the monsters will trump your characters quickly, you will need this reaction ability with high bravery to protect your characters from dying. You could also run high faith and eventually do an Arithmetic's secondary squad with Mana Shield and Mana Font, but I love physically attacking better myself. But play how you want. But in short, you practically need all these jobs at a very high job level, as well as being level 99. So it can help Ramza unlock Mime and later Dark Knight much faster, even though the current save file I have is at over 100 hours.
What kind of person would do this?
Because I want Ramza to unlock Mime via JP spillover and then to level up as a Mime, this is going to take an eternity as Mime requires level 8 Squire, level 8 Chemist, level 5 Geomancer, level 5 Dragoon, level 5 Order, and Summoner level 5, which is crazy. When I started doing this, I had my male generic characters get the Samurai for Shida Hadori, and then had my female characters go the Order route for praise. So I had my male characters all be Knights first to level 4, Monk level 5, and with Monks, I found getting Shockwave, Chakra, and Revive to be extremely helpful. Then for them to stay in Archer for at least level 3, although level 4 Archer is great for Ninja later down the line. Once you have this, change into a Thief. Get Thief to level 4 or 5, and from here, change into a Dragoon and get that to level 2 for Samurai. Once you unlock Samurai, get Shida Hadori, but feel free to get job level 8 as this will help Ramza out eventually. And of course, during this time for your ladies, you want chemist level 2 or higher, then turn into a white mage for at least 3 job levels, then become at least a level 3 mystic, then become an orator. You mostly want praise for that bravery increase, but entice can be handy versus the monsters. Preach is good if you want to increase your faith, or enlighten to decrease your faith stat. You can also do this with your male characters, so everyone can try to raise the bravery stat of each other, but this will take a while as this attack is RNG based. Just pray that your characters have good or best zodiac compatibility with each other. Now, while leveling up your characters, I primarily used Fundaments with Focus to not only increase your attack power to KO the enemies on Mandalia Plains, but it's also nice for fast and easy JP and XP gain. Even with high bravery, there is always that chance for an enemy attack to go through, so be careful. If you're unlucky like me or just a little paranoid, make sure to have someone that can reliably revive with items and Phoenix down. The Monk's revive can work well. However, if you aren't on the same elevation or have bad zodiac compatibility, it won't be the best option. In pretty much all of these fights, you want Fundaments as your secondary action ability, Shida Hadori as your reaction ability, JP boost for your support, and move +1 or move +2 for your movement ability. The idea is to just keep raising your physical attack power to finish off the enemy in 1 or 2 hits. Because our equipment options are limited, we can't take that many hits from these monsters, so we need protection from Blade Grasp if we get attacked. Just note, Shida Hadori will not protect you from enemy counterattacks. If you want to grind up your levels faster, getting XP boost from the Arithmetician is also a good choice as it will double your XP in battle. However, in most cases, JP boost is recommended as it's much easier to unlock, and we need a lot of jobs to be at level 8 and for Ramza to gain more JP from spillover. If you want your generics to be a bit faster with solid PA, try to unlock and level up as a ninja to level 99 and then to start JP grinding in various jobs. Ideally, you want level 8 in Squire, Chemist, Geomancer, Dragoon, Orator, and Summoner, but level 8 in several other things like Black Mage and Ninja can also be helpful. I had my males also learn and become bards, as this will benefit Ramza later for move +3. Once you're level 99 and have a few jobs at level 8, it's time to deploy Ramza into battle, but just be careful as he can easily be killed. What we'll be aiming for is Ramza to become a Mime, so have at least 3 of your characters be Squires and deploy them in battle. Just make sure Ramza doesn't do any actions as we want the absolute best stat growth on him. With your Squires, surround Ramza to be safe, or deploy him in between your other characters. You want to keep using focus on your other party members so Ramza will slowly gain JP and Squire. You want to keep doing this until Ramza is a level 8 Squire before moving on to Chemists. The strategy will be the same. Use focus on your generic chemists, so Ramza will slowly gain JP to be level 8. Once Chemist is out of the way, have Ramza be a knight or archer along with your other characters as he needs to level up these jobs in order to unlock the jobs needed for Mime. You want at least knight level 3 for Monk and archer level 3 for Thief to help you reach the requirements for Mime, but feel free to stay a bit longer in these jobs as we need a mastered knight for Dark Knight and a level 4 archer for Ninja. Once you unlock Monk and Thief, you will also need to change your other generics into these jobs for the spillover as usual. You want Ramza's Monk and Thief to be level 4, so you can change into the other jobs which will be needed. Geomancer from Monk and Dragoon from Thief. Ramza needs level 5 Geomancer and level 5 Dragoon. Once that is completed, we need to work on unlocking Orator and Summoner for Ramza. We will need a level 3 White and Black Mage from him in order to progress and unlock Mystic and Time Mage, so as usual, change your generics into these jobs for spillover so Ramza can unlock it. And we will repeat this process for both Mystic and Time Mage. We want these at job level 3 for Ramza. Once Orator and Summoner are both unlocked, we need to do more grinding as you need spillover to be job level 5 in both. During this process, I also recommend using praise to increase Ramza's bravery to 97, and depending on your playstyle, either increase or decrease his faith stat, but I honestly prefer lower faith myself. You can probably unlock Mime before getting max bravery, but I suggest this for him. Once you are done, turn Ramza into a Mime. It is time to start leveling him up. You could start the auto battle method now if you have dancers and bards unlocked with your other characters. The tactic is to learn Menacing Minuet with your dancers, so Ramza can mime this for awesome XP gain, and for your bards, Seraph Song, Rousing Melody, and Battle Chant. Start the battle off by using AI Coward, and then the rest should be auto battle. However, in some cases, the AI will do questionable things like physically attack or take no action, so watch this and be careful. I don't entirely recommend this strategy unless Ramza is at a higher level, as his HP is a bit too low at lower levels, but a few dancers can help him gain XP faster. The build for the dancers and bards is to run items or fundaments as your secondary, then use Shida Hadori for your reaction ability, then defense or JP boost for your support, and lastly, move +2 or move +1. A slower but safer method is to level up with focus, which I still used sometimes, but I prefer dancing and singing this time around. Even though mimes can't equip items or abilities, the stat growths can be noticeable, as you can see with Ramza and the other characters. Once you're level 99, it's time for Ramza to learn other abilities and master other jobs. Since I like Dark Knights and Ninjas best, that's my main focus. I had Ramza turn into a knight along with the other generics so he can master it faster, and I did the same with Black Mage. You also want to do the same process for the other jobs needed for Dark Knight, like Ninja, Samurai, Geomancer, and Dragoon. And if you want certain abilities, it can work too. Don't forget that Ramza also needs at least 20 enemies to turn into treasure chests or crystals for that kill count for Dark Knight, and also spend some time in Bard or move +3. If you're on the PSP War of the Lions version and want some awesome items, you can play Rendezvous and Melee with a friend for a chance at better equipment. Just be at max level, or just play with yourself on 2 devices. And make sure the other party has insane abilities and equipment so they can carry you. Unfortunately, I had a lot of bad luck with getting Vanguard Helm and Genji Helm, but you can always steal a Crystal Helmet, which is what I did. You can find these from high level knights and dragoons and rendezvous missions. In melee mode, you can get Reverie Shield and Brave Suit in treasure chests at the end. Just make sure you finish the battle with at least 2 actions taken, be at level 99, and win the battle so you have 3 chances at opening items. If you're unlucky with Brave Suit, you can always steal a Lordly Robe from Balmafra in Brave Story. Just make sure you have steel and steel armor. The best way to get Chaos Blade is to have high level ninjas throw them at you in littering. Just make sure you have 97 bravery, sticky fingers, keep away from the ninjas so they will be more likely to throw something at you, and pray to the RNG gods, they can throw night swords. But if you can't get this, Balmung is a good alternative. It's a pretty common item in melee mode. For accessories, from my experience, you can get Brigand's Glove from treasure chests in the Knights Templar, as well as the Guarded Temple. With this setup, this is the strongest Ramza you can ever create at this point in the game. Leveling up as a Mime will give you amazing stats, and being a Dark Knight lets you do massive damage while self-healing. And with our equipment, Chaos Blade is the best weapon with its massive 40 weapon attack and regen. Reverie Shield has great evasion, and it halves damage from all elemental attacks. Crystal Helm gives good HP, Brave Suit gives permanent regen and re-raise, and Brigand's Glove gives 1 speed and auto haste. For Ramza's abilities, use items or metal, Shida Hadori for your reaction ability, Vehemence or attack boost for support, and move +3 for your movement ability. If you're unable to access and do Rendezvous for additional items, you can always make Ramza a ninja with Brawler or a dual wield monk. His damage will be ultra insane with the Mime stat growth. But if you like magic, Ramza as a black mage with arithmetics, mana shield, arcane strength, and mana font can do strong damage. Just remember to raise his base stat. This was an extremely long process, but this is how you get the earliest, strongest, overpowered Ramza you can make in game. Just note that Rendezvous and Melee are only available in the War of the Lions PSP version, and Dark Knight is exclusive to the War of the Lions remaster. So if you don't have access to this feature, or want to do this on mobile or the PlayStation 1 game, a Two Swords Monk or Brawler Ninja can work. I hope you enjoyed this overpowered video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.